All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about in our geometry lessons is types of slopes. So it's going to give you a number and ask you to find the parallel or the perpendicular slope. So parallel slopes means your equation is going to have the same slope but a different y-intercept. So an example of that, if this is what you start with, your parallel slope needs to have the same number, so 2, and then a different number than this, and it can be anything. All right, if it's perpendicular, you have the opposite sign, and it's the reciprocal. All right, so if this is where you start, this is how it would change. So you would flip the sign, so this is positive, so your slope would be negative, and then the reciprocal means to flip, so it would be 3/2. And then it doesn't matter what the y-intercept is. It could be the same or it could be different. I'm just going to make it the same for this purpose. All right, so you're given the slope, the original slope, and they're asking you to find the parallel and the perpendicular. So the parallel for this would be 2/3, because remember, parallel means same slope. So for this one, it would be -5/4. For this one, it would be 3. All right, perpendicular means opposite sign, and then flip it. So this is positive, so my slope's going to be negative. Flip it, 3/2. Here, opposite sign, so it's going to be positive, and then flip it, so 4/5. Here is a little bit weird. So it's going to be negative, but there's nothing really to flip. But we can change this to make it be a fraction by putting it over 1. So now if I flip it, it's going to be 1/3. All right, they may give you an equation and 2 equations and ask if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So let's see. My slopes are the same, and I have different y-intercepts. So same slope, different y-intercept means it's parallel. All right, so my slopes are different. Let's see. So it can't be this one. It is the, let's see, is that the reciprocal? Yes. Are they opposite signs? No, they're both positive. So this one is neither. All right, so then here we go. So are they the same? No. Are they opposite signs? Yes. Are they the reciprocals? Yes. So this one is perpendicular. All right, if they give you a graph, then you're going to have to see what they're looking for. So it says line R, which is this line right here, goes to the point or contains the points 0, 0, and 2, -1. And we need to select 3 points that are on the line parallel to R that passes through point N. So I'm going to make a parallel line. Let's see, our slope here would be -2/1, and it needs to have the same slope. So -1/2, -1/2. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, but backwards. So I'll go up 1 and to the left 2. All right. So there's our parallel line. All right. So then I need to figure out which of these points are going to be on this line. So 3, 0, nope. 3, 1, yes. -2, -1, no. 0, -2, no. -1, 3, yes. And -3, 4. Looks about right, yes, just the way I drew it. All right, so then it says select 3 points that are on the line perpendicular to R and passes through point N. All right. So perpendicular means it has the opposite slope. So again, we found our slope here was -1/2. So then our perpendicular slope would have to be positive and then flip it. So 2/1. All right. So now it passes through point N. So we're going to start here and we're going to go up 2 and over 1. And then I need to do the same thing, but in the opposite direction. So down 2 to the left 1, down 2 to the left 1, down 2 to the left 1. And there's my perpendicular line. All right, so now let's see which of these points are going to be on this dotted or my perpendicular line. So 1, 0, no. 2, 4, yes. -1, -2, yes. -2, -1, no. -1, 1, no. And 0, 0, yes. So that's how you deal with perpendicular or parallel lines.